Let's see if this goes live. I'm hoping. I think we're actually live now. So first of all, welcome everybody to another episode of the Welsh Chess Chat. If you're watching on YouTube, great that you caught up with us. I'm not expecting many people to be joining us since we missed last week. I was unfortunately busy, so I couldn't run it. But you're definitely going to get a lot of action on the Welsh Chess Chat channel over this next week, because that's pretty much what this entire stream is about. I'd like to introduce my guests this week, who are travelling far and wide in the next few days. So obviously everybody already knows Johan. Welcome, Johan, again. Welcome back.
Hi.
Thanks for that enthusiastic hi, Johan.
I didn't know if my internet was working, to be honest. So.
to be fair, we could have just waited for you to say hi, and it actually just would have been blank. We don't know. And also we've got FIDE Master Daniel Kozizek. Hello, Daniel.
Hi.
Another enthusiastic hi there as well. And we're also joined by International Master Jose Camacho Coladas again. Hi, Jose, how's it going?
Hi.
So you're all doing this on purpose now, aren't you? That's basically what you're all doing. You're just laughing along to yourselves, not saying very much. So Jose and Dan are with us because myself, Jose, Dan will be travelling to Budapest in the next few days. I'm travelling on Monday, and we're going to be playing in the Olympiad, which is taking place over just short of 2 weeks. So we've got really a lot of questions for them, because it's going to be their first ever Olympiad that they're playing in. I mean, first of all,
I'm not jealous at all.
Johan's not jealous at all, because Johan has just started a fantastic new job. Johan, haven't you? So first of all, I'm going to come to you first of all.
I'd much prefer to be in work than out.
Frozen already. Well, Johan, I'll come to you first before your internet goes again. But first of all, one, how is your new job? How are you settling in? And two, how did you feel in going into your first Olympiad? And how many Olympiads have you played in, and what's your general experience of them?
Yeah, so job's good. First proper job for a long time, actually. So it's interesting. It's fun. And I'm super jealous of you guys. Budapest is one of my favorite cities in the world, and I've been to a few now. So Budapest is amazing. So I guess you guys have been there already, or maybe you haven't, John. So it's just amazing. I must have been like, I don't know, 50 times or something. It's like it's a brilliant city. So you're gonna have a great time. Going to my first Olympiad, I was super excited. Like I was quite young, and it was in Magaluf. Literally, our hotel was on the main party strip in Magaluf, and as a 15-year-old, that was quite exciting. That was really quite good. I had a fake ID, got into clubs and stuff. Still, it was pretty good, and I did all right at the chess as well. I got, I did all right. So it was good. And then Dresden with you, John. Second Olympiad, that was really good. That was pretty good as well. So
we're jealous of you.
I'm jealous.
We are jealous of you because of the Magaluf.
The thing is, do you know what was funny, right? I didn't know that it was in Magaluf, because it tried to rebrand itself, and instead of being called Magaluf, it was being called Calvia, and it was the Calvia Olympiad and stuff. And so we thought we were going to Calvia, or I was like, okay, what's Calvia? I don't know. But we turned up, and it was people trying to hand you shots as you were going into the hotel. And I was like, where are we? And they were like, this is Magaluf. So it was really good. It was a very the Bermuda party, which you guys will be introduced to. I don't know. Do you know about the tradition? On the rest night there's a Bermuda party, and it was in it was in BCM, which is at the time the biggest nightclub in Europe. So I guess it's the biggest Bermuda party there's been, maybe. But it was really good. Yeah, really good.
Right. Well, obviously we'll get a bit more into that in the future, I think. But I mean, Johan, just before you go, we did actually show your tactic at the end of last week that you pulled up, and I actually asked for people to actually email in their answers or even reply on Twitter. I don't think we had a single solution come in. Not a single one.
I mean, actually, Dan and Jose will solve it in a second, probably.
Exactly. So Jose, Dan. Johan, do you want to set up this? Can you see the board first of all, Jose and Dan?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Okay, Johan, do you want to set it up for them both? Like in the words and describe how you came to this point and what's the actual tactic to actually do?
Oh, well, I mean, this is just a random blitz game I was playing online, and I was just about thinking I need to resign, but there is a way for Black to pull something off here, actually.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it quite easy maybe to think, but what it might be, but actually, you haven't got long left, and you don't expect it, then you're not going to find it, are you?
Yeah. I can see for a blitz game, this seems like a hard one. Now, obviously, because I know it, so I can find. But I mean, if it's a blitz game, I don't have time. I don't think I would have done it at all. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Anybody in the chat? Is anybody talking in the chat? Can anybody see? I can't see anybody talking in the chat at all, which is worrying me a little bit. I'm hoping that the sound's okay and we're not just talking to each other or just all silent, which would be hilarious, by the way. Have we lost Johan? Any guesses, guys, about what we could do for this position? Any guesses? Do you want to guess the move?
For us, I guess I don't know that. Yeah, but I think I saw that the answer, no? And then,
well, but actually, I have a guess, but I don't know if it is like that clear, to be honest.
Go on then. What's your guess?
You want to start, Jose?
Yeah, don't know. I mean, Bishop takes G2. I mean, I guess that's the move.
And then the idea is after Queen takes Queen.
Bishop F3. No?
Yeah.
The mates, no? Yeah. But that's a very nice one. It's a very nice one. I don't think, I mean, in a blitz game, I think that's almost impossible to play, I think, no? Knowing that it's checkmate, that it's winning, you can think about that. But otherwise, it's very hard, Very nice, no?
Yeah. It was one. Do you know when you press that little analyze button or something after, and then your computer gives you something? Oh, yeah.
He didn't play, no, in the game?
Very nice. No,
I'm not
that good. No, I did not.
I think he wishes he played it.
All
right. Okay. So obviously, Daniel, it's your first stream that you've been on. So it'd be great, I think, for people to just know a little bit about you, where you come from, and your chess history. And then I guess what you're looking forward to next week.
Okay. So my national insurance number is no.
Start like that.
Yeah. No, so my name is Dan, I guess not surprisingly. I'm from the Czech Republic. I've been living in Wales for like 5 years at this point. Been playing for the Welsh Federation for like the last 2-3 years, something like that. Chess history. I've been playing chess since I was 5. My dad taught me. At the beginning, I wasn't really good. That hasn't really changed, to be honest. But I got a little bit better. I like playing interesting chess. At least I'm trying to. I don't think that I would find this tactic though, even in a classical game. And I'm really looking forward to the Olympiad, to be honest. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Playing against the best players in the world. The only player that would be like one of the best in the history, like at the moment, is Gukesh. But when I played him, he was 11. He was already international master back then. So like, I hope that I will get a chance to play against him again, because I had a winning position. I messed it up in time trouble. But yeah, like he would totally batter me. Like nowadays, he's like, what, 2750, something like that. Super strong player. So,
but hang on a minute. You actually lost in time trouble. Now, I'm not being funny, Dan, but knowing you and seeing you play some chess, time trouble is like how you normally play chess, right? I mean, how could you possibly lose in time trouble? How is this possible?
He was just faster, like he was just faster because he was 11 back then, and really tactical. So I don't know. I think that I hung a piece or something like that. I think that I got a little bit nervous, because I thought this guy has the potential to become a world champion one day. And now he qualified for the world championship match, right? Because he won the candidates. So I guess I just choked.
Okay. Well, do you realize what board Gukesh is on?
Is he on the second board?
Yeah.
Might get a chance for revenge.
Maybe you will. Maybe yeah. He's on board 2. India are second seeds, I think, in our section. Eric Ghazi's on board 1 for them. I think he was board 5 2 years ago. But okay, yeah. Yeah, rating order, I guess, yeah. Because Eric Ghazi's been picking up a lot of rating, hasn't he, just from playing. He hasn't been invited to many events. I read an article, I think, saying that he was a bit unimpressed that he wasn't invited, and he just picked up loads of rating points in these like smaller tournaments and killing it, which is quite interesting. But okay, yeah, I mean, we'll obviously ask you some more questions about that in the future. But Jose, obviously it's your second time on stream. Welcome again. Just in case people don't know you, do you want to give a bit of background around yourself, and then the same question to you about what you're looking forward to next week?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Olympiad. My first time, so representing Wales too. I mean, I no more or less I talk aware of people that have been to the Olympiads, including yourself, and other people too. But yeah, I mean, it seems amazing, and obviously, yeah, it's kind of 10 days, or more than 10 days, all about chess, and about representing your country, playing basically, the best players in the world around there, so it's gonna be a fantastic feeling. So really looking forward to that. And yeah, basically, I'm originally from Spain. You can also feel by my accent as well. But yeah, I've been living in Cardiff for 5-6 years now, for 6 years I guess now. And yeah, I've been playing chess since I'm also maybe around 6 or something like that. I started, and yeah, I played a lot, in Spain, and then also around the world I've been playing too. I mean, that's also one thing I like about chess too, meet new people and so on. I'm playing in different places. And now, yeah, my first Olympiad now. I mean, not sure if I was expecting playing an Olympiad at this stage, because obviously now chess is not what I do primarily, and I don't have also much time to do chess, but I'm still looking forward to that, and I mean, hopefully do it as best as I can there.
What would you describe your current job as, Jose?
Well, I work at the university. I'm a professor of computer science. Basically working on, if you know, natural language processing, it's called, a part of artificial intelligence. But yeah, basically I'm researching in that area. So I've been working. Basically, my career is about around that. So that's what it takes my full-time job. And in addition to that, I have also 2 kids that also take a lot of time. So yeah, that's kind of but yeah, in Budapest, I'm looking forward to focus basically almost entirely on chess. So that would be great.
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, a very clever guy as well. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that focus too, to be honest. But we'll see if we can distract you for some more videos in next week as well.
Yeah, of course.
Daniel, I was trying to fiddle around with some of my technology before, but did you tell people that you're a chess coach?
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, so
you didn't. Do you think that might be a wise idea?
That might be a very wise idea. Yeah. I'm a chess coach. Yeah.
but in a funny instance, though, you've only just recently moved to Cardiff Bay, right?
Yeah, I've only recently moved to Cardiff Bay. I used to live in the city centre, and before that, I used to live in Pontypridd, if anyone knows. It's the University of South Wales. So that's where I studied for 3 years, and then I moved to Cardiff.
I'm going on Saturday to Pontypridd, actually, to the swimming pool, to the National Lido. I'm going to Pontypridd on Saturday, to the.
Really?
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to be the weather like. But yeah,
it's going to be nice and warm.
Yeah, that's what. But yeah, it was open, so this Saturday I should be there. Yeah.
Oh, I was telling John, like, I don't know, you guys.
Okay, right. Well, I mean, obviously Dan's a chess coach. He's living in South Wales, so if you need a coach, give Dan a call. Is probably what I'd say. But yeah, obviously we're going to have obviously a lot more chess to play next week. Where, and as Jose says, I'm really looking forward to just that pure focus on chess. Of course, I'll still be doing videos as well, but I still count that as chess. Guys, is that okay that my videos still count as chess? Because it really is good just to get your head completely into it. You can't. I don't know about you lot, but like when I'm at home or wherever I am, there's always something else going on in the background that you can't properly completely engage in the game, which is really good. So yeah, looking forward to that too. Okay, I've got some questions for you then, Jose and Dan. This is more for you two. Johan might know some of these, but it's really a bit of a quiz on this Olympiad that you're looking forward to. So it's going to be fastest finger first. So whoever shouts out the answer first gets the point. Although it's not really a contest, you're not really up against each other. And I think you're actually, there's one question I don't even know the answer to myself, which I should have checked already. But it's really to make sure that you're ready for the Olympiad. Okay? Are you both ready?
We are.
Okay.
Not sure.
We'll start off quite easy. Okay. So what city is the Olympiad in?
Budapest.
Well done, Daniel. Well done, Daniel. 1 point. Jose, you're just too slow.
I mean, I want to get that point. I'm going to not get any.
No point for you there. You're too slow. Okay, well, I tell you, we'll make it easy again. What country is the Olympiad in?
Hungary.
Dan's killing him. Okay.
He has a better internet connection. That's unfair.
Well, you're gonna get a pasting then, aren't you? Okay. What day is round one? Day of the week.
Wednesday.
Correct. Wednesday. Okay, question number 3 or 4. What time, Hungarian time, do the rounds normally start?
3 p.m.
It is 3 p.m., Jose. Correct. 3 p.m. Where can you watch games online? Live.
League Chess.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to give you both a point there, to be honest, because you're both saying the same thing. So on chess.com, and there'll be a link posted. Where can you watch the Welsh recap videos?
Welsh Chess Chat.
Welsh Chess Chat.
Jose strikes with a point. Correct, yes. So we'll be doing, hopefully after the end of every round, we'll do a little recap, and it might be me by myself. I think the others will probably join in from time to time to just tell you what's gone on in our games. Okay. Here's a tough one. What day of the week is the rest day in the middle of it?
Sunday?
Thursday.
Monday?
Saturday.
Tuesday?
Saturday.
Tuesday, but you're not going to get the point because you said so many different days. You you're meant to know. Yeah, you did. You said every day of the week. All right, so yeah, it's on a Tuesday, which is quite funny because I was called up on it actually for saying, because obviously we want to play a bit of football on the rest day, and I'm from Stoke, so therefore I say, oh, you want to play on a cold, wet Tuesday day from against the guy from Stoke, and somebody said, but it's not on a Tuesday though, and I was like, so it actually is. It actually is. So that counts. Okay, we get a bit more technical now. What rank are we in the open section?
78.
Correct. You were both at the same time then. That was pretty amazing. Okay, what rank are the women in the
57.
What rank are the women in their section? The Welsh women. 76 is close.
80?
I'm
going to give you both a point or half a point because the rank 80. The rank 80. Actually, no, Jose got it spot on, didn't he? Did you just look?
No, I said randomly. I didn't know.
You said randomly. Okay. How many teams? How many teams in the opener are there?
176.
What was that, Dan?
176.
197.
He's got it loaded up. It is 197. He's so competitive. He must have got it loaded up. Okay. How many teams are in the women's section?
How many what? Sorry.
How many teams are in the women's section?
Oh, that's 153.
132.
It's 184, so you're probably too far away with that one. Okay, here's a question I don't actually know the answer to, which is a bit of a shame. I'm meaning to look it up beforehand, but I just remembered at the end. What's the time control?
90 minutes plus 30 seconds plus 30 minutes after the 14th move.
Is that right, Daniel?
It is, yeah. 90 plus 30 plus 30. That's what I said. It was shorter than Jose's. So
okay, you were just a little bit quicker. Right, okay, I see. Okay, so you both get the point for that. Yeah, so well done, guys. At the end of the round, and Jose, you are the winner with 7 points to 5. Well done, Jose. But to be fair, I mean, he might have loaded it up, so we don't know. But I mean, at least he can. At least you can celebrate. Just a question from the chat. No, the puzzle wasn't necessarily winning. It was just a case that it was just a really good winning attempt. You're right. If we just go back a minute here, there is a Queen G5 move here. Apparently it's drawn at this point, which is a little bit awkward. But I mean, during the Blitz game, I'm pretty sure that we're going to see some different things. So that's all right. Okay, guys. Well.
Sorry about that, but like about the puzzle, what about Queen D6 instead of Bishop takes G2?
Queen D6. Obviously tempting somebody to play G3 when we've got Rook H1 mate. Very sneaky, sir.
F4, I guess.
I guess F4.
Yeah. Well, it's probably still lost. It's what I thought would be my second choice, but I guess after
that's what I played. I played Queen D6.
Yeah.
I played Queen D6.
I think when I saw the puzzle first, what did I choose? Did I choose Queen D6? Oh yeah, I might have chosen Queen D6 and after F4 gone something like Queen H6 or something. But it just doesn't make any sense, does it? Really, the king's getting out, so it's just
the bishop.
Yeah. Okay. Well, obviously it's the Welsh Chess Chat. So we are in a obviously the Welsh Chess Chat. So we do need to have a look at the Welsh Chess Union website. We'll come back to ask you guys obviously a little bit about what your preparation for the event has been, or lack of preparation. Maybe, I don't know. Depends obviously what's going on in our lives, which is quite important. So just a recap here on some of the ratings, which is something that we always look at. It's just taking a minute just to load up, just to see where we are. We do like to have a look at who has played the most games. And of course, Jose, you're still on top. Daniel.
Not by feeder rating, yeah.
So Daniel.
Is a new Welsh #1, yeah.
So Daniel, how are you feeling about that?
I feel good, but it's for the first time ever, so I kind of feel like I need to deserve it more, Because Jose didn't have a good tournament, so I feel like, give it some time and Jose is going to come back.
Okay. Not sure about that. I'm very confident myself. I think probably Danny's going to escape, probably. I'll run away with that.
Daniel, he's old and he's got kids. Now's your time to strike. Don't let him off the hook. Just do him. But
I just run away.
So just so people can see at home, these are the two people that have got joining me in chat. So they're the ones right at the top. Well, hang on a minute. Let me just change that on the stream so it's right in the middle. Because I am. We want to see our beautiful faces, don't we? There we go. Tell you what, it's quite technical, guys, to do this while holding your phone as well. Okay, yeah. So the new ratings. We've got obviously not much change, I don't think, from last week. We haven't really played that much. I played 10 games, but I actually had a 0 up and down. Alex has played 14, gained 4. But really, probably the biggest change really is Callum Salmon's coming on, who's, I think, gained a lot of rating points playing at the British, did quite well there. I think he's going to Aberystwyth University. Maybe in 2 years' time, he might even qualify to play for Wales as well, which should be, again, a stronger Welsh Championship if he does want to switch over. But we also have the most played. So let's have a look who's played the most games. And unsurprisingly, if you read the Welsh Chess Chat article 3, which has been posted on the Facebook page, Chess in Wales, see Ethan Rathbone-Jones has 31 games already. He absolutely killed it. Did you, either of you two, watch his games from the British?
I had a look. Like, some of them were pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of them.
To be honest, Jose, his openings remind me of yours.
Yeah? Why?
Because they're kind of like non-theoretical. He kind of avoids like mainline theory. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But I will say that to your face when we meet next week. But no, they're just a little bit unorthodox, really, are his openings. And I don't know, that's quite an interesting style that you've got there, Jose. Where's that style come from? Because if we click on your brother's games, then we'll probably see something very similar, won't we, in the main? Where's that style come from?
My style of the openings?
Yeah.
I mean, the main thing is I don't have much opening theory at all. I mean, probably now I know more than ever, actually. To be honest, I know more than ever now. And I feel I'm more prepared, no? But yeah, basically I try to improvise early on, but I mean improvise in a way, no, that I mean take the opponent, no, like out of their comfort zone, if I can, no, and make something that is offbeat, but hopefully not too bad, no. So I mean I try to have that. I mean it's a difficult balance, not to play, because sometimes it's hard, especially with black. With black, I mean sometimes I just get outplayed, and rightly so, no. But I mean with white, no, that's what I try to do, no, and then to surprise somebody early on to play. I mean, I play a lot of knight f3, like g3, and then I change a lot, depending on what they play. Simply because, I don't know much theory, at least not by heart. I know the ideas and so on, so I'm comfortable, when I can deviate from one position and maybe my opponent isn't. So I mean, that's my main thing. So there is no much strategy on that. No, it's simply that try to get a game, basically, an interesting game if it's possible. But that's kind of it.
I mean, I must admit, I have tried to prepare for you as black against you, Jose, and it's an absolute nightmare. So I much prefer to be white against you than anything else. Daniel, have you played Jose as black and tried to prepare for him as black?
Many times, and it's always an absolute nightmare playing him with black pieces, to be honest. Like, it's knight f3, g3, I know it in advance, I can prepare for it, but like, what can I do, right? Like, the worst case scenario, it's like King's Indian, with reversed colors, which can be too bad. But I want to say one thing. Lately, Jose started replicating my openings. Played some blitz games the other day with Greg, and he played the Ragozin, and he played the 4-knight Sicilian. And I'm like, these are both my openings.
No, wait. No, Ragozin is true. I mean, 4-knight Sicilian, I've been playing for a long time too. I mean, that's
okay.
That's you took it from me. But no, it's true that we were surprised that we were playing, and I played all the openings that he's playing. That would be good, for the Olympiad. I mean, we should check something together there.
Yeah, we can prepare together.
Yeah.
I mean that actually happened. Johan, are you still with us, Johan? Because you're on my phone, your video has frozen, but on the stream it looks like you're there. Is that right? Are you there?
I'm here. I didn't know if I was here or not.
Can you two hear Johan?
Yeah. At least me, yes.
Okay. For some reason I can't hear Johan.
But I can hear Johan. Yeah. But I don't know.
Okay, well, Johan, I was just going to ask you, do you remember that preparation from the 4NCL that those guys did in the Slav?
No.
Is he speaking?
Yeah.
I don't. Sorry.
I can't hear him.
No? Okay. It's really weird that Jose is the only one that can hear me.
Oh, Dan too, no? Okay. Dan can hear you too.
I think it's just you.
I think you're the only one who can hear you on.
I'm the only one. Yeah, I can hear him. Yeah, he's talking. I can say no. He's laughing now.
Okay, this is just really.
Well, okay, I mean, we're talking about preparation. I don't know. Johan, could you just leave and rejoin for us? Just so I can hear, because I can't have a conversation with him. The chat are saying that they can hear him, so it must just be like how it loads up on the stream.
I could.
Yeah, could you hear him through this though, or have you got the stream on Twitch as well?
I just have the link that you sent us.
Okay, just that. Okay, he's back, right?
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you, Johan. Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, how far do you remember that Slav preparation that foreign CL team did against us?
No.
Where they sat the rook on it.
Oh, did they actually do that on purpose? Was that a thing?
Well, I mean, two of them played the exact same line, didn't they?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know if it was actually prepared together or whatever, but it worked a charm, didn't it? Unfortunately for us, that's why we didn't get promoted. It's kind of very annoying.
Do you remember how it went?
So close. I don't know exactly, but vaguely it was like, chopping on c4 and playing b5 very quickly, wasn't it? Like e4 and then b5, was it? And then somehow sacking in exchange.
Something like this, wasn't it?
I'm not quite sure how they sacked the exchange. It was
like this. Yeah.
Oh, it was just that. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Do I need to change my screen again? Sorry, everybody. You're seeing all the moves that have been played, but you're not seeing the.
Yeah, that was it. Well, and I remember seeing that, and then how quickly it was played, and thinking, "Oh no."
Go back to the start for people. So d4, d5, c4, dc, e4, b5, a3. And this line is meant to be like, if you're playing white here, you're just like, as a junior, you're just like chopping off this exchange, going, "Yay, I'm winning." And then if I just drag this across a bit, people can just see. Oh no, not like that. Let me just drag it across a little bit, and then.
That's pretty decent score for black, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the problem.
To play. It's really tricky.
So just so people can see the book here. It might be a little small, but basically white is scoring 38% and black scoring 27%. Now, considering that black has just sacrificed the exchange, you would think that this would just be pure white wins right from here. But actually it's not. They get a lot of compensation for it and attack the e4 pawn as well with bishop b7 too. So it's quite annoying really for many reasons. But yeah, a team we had that twice on two boards in the foreign CL, which is quite annoying. Do you think we should be doing some team preparation on some specific lines then, guys?
Yeah, I think so. We actually managed to top it up in the Czech U Chess League like 10 years ago. I remember there was a team and like all the players played the Sicilian Dragon, and I played on the first board, and I was like 2100 rated back then, and my opponent was like 1700 rated. So it was like, guys, we are all going to play the same line. We're gonna play the Marotti, and you're just going to replicate like whatever idea I come up with, And we beat this team 4-0 with white pieces.
It can be useful, can't it? It can be useful. Yeah. Right. Okay. I mean, wasn't there a funny instance where like 4 games just randomly went the same direction at one tournament? I can't remember where it was from. But anyway, we were talking about. I've got to change it again. Oh, this is so annoying. You guys must really.
You're going to be getting some lines sent from me, aren't you, John?
I hope so, Johan, because you're basically my opening preparation master, aren't you? Because I don't know where I'd be without you showing me some decent lines.
We've got that AI thing up and running to plug in the ratings, and it'll give you some random stuff to play, and then you'll just play it. So
do you want to tell people about that, Johan?
Yeah. So it's like this thing from Sadler, right, where he's really into engines and programming and stuff like that. But with this code, like WD Contempt or whatever it's called, like where you it just comes up with novelties that, like, these random ideas that like humans will not play very well against, and it's just completely random. And yeah, I've tried these things out in Blitz on the internet, and I know that's different to over the board and stuff, but oh my god, these ideas are just so good. Like, the Benko one in particular, it just randomly throws in like G4 and stuff, and you don't realize until you're a couple of moves in that what mistake it knows the human's going to make, and it's just amazing. Like, yeah, so good for opening prep. But yeah, if you've got a very predictable opponent, you just plug it into this thing. You have to write a little bit of code first to make it work. But if they're very predictable, you can pop it in and it'll give you some random idea that's never been played before. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's good fun, at least for Blitz. Have you tried that G4 line against the Benko at all, John?
No, not yet. No, but I mean, well, I've got quite a few lines against the Benko, to be honest. So it seems to be all right now. Actually, just reading in the chess magazine, actually, I think Malcolm Payne's written about just going down the main line and just playing A4. Basically, just fine against the Benko. So I think there's quite a lot of options against it. It feels like the computers are just starting to get the edge over these variations now. Sorry, guys, I was just loading up a different game. It was Gary Sleg's draw with Tim Kett that we weren't able to show the end of it last week, so making sure that is. I just wanted a quick point on the who's played the most games, because Ethan played loads at the British and obviously did quite well. And did very well. He's gained 120 points, so he should be very happy with that. He's playing morning and evening, so he's done very well there. But also we had the junior Adam Sarwar. He was one of the only juniors that actually played in the British, and he played in the Gorney Cup just before that, and then stayed on to play. So kudos to him for playing it now. He'll learn a lot from it. I think he actually did quite well at Newport recently as well. I think he gained quite a few points. And I haven't put the Newport games on there. I'm pretty sure it was him who did quite well at Newport as well. So that's what happened there. And I guess the biggest difference, who's gained the most rating? It doesn't want to load for me. So let's click the difference again. Oh, it doesn't want to load for me. No, it doesn't want to load. The call. Difference. Doesn't want to load, so we're not going to have difference, I'm afraid, guys. But let's just have a quick look at the calendar before we get into preparation for the Olympiad. And we're talking about preparation there already, Johan. You're going to basically be, you don't need to teach these kids any science at all, mate. You just need to be preparing all of us some brilliant lines, especially if we get to play India, then just prep Dan for Gukesh. That's all you can do. It would be great. Okay, so this is the Welsh Chess calendar. We've still got the make sure. Oh, hang on a minute. Just load up a couple of things. So are we still streaming it in the middle? It's not quite in the middle, guys. So I'm just going to move it again. I don't know what I've done to have to keep moving this all the time. It's really quite frustrating. There we go, so people can see. That'll do. Okay, so we've still got July up there. I'm pretty sure we're in September now. So August is still up there. But of course, the bonus of having these up there is that you can click on them and hopefully they'll show you the results of what's happened. We do need to just have a click on the Newport Chess Congress, because it would be very rude of us not to announce some of the winners from this. As it loads up, so that's why it's got a white screen. I was not expecting a white screen when I clicked on it, unless they took down entrance. But we had some Welsh champions, because we had the under-18 titles, which have gone in shared fashion to Yusung Wu, Emma Kong, and Ewan Cave. So they're joint under-18 champion. They got 3 out of 5 in the top section. You had the 50+ section. Which was won by, who was that won by? I think that was won by Tim Kett, wasn't it? So he's the 50+ champion. He got 4.5 out of 5, and actually he dropped half a point. And while that's loading up, I guess we can have a look at the half point that he dropped, because I know that one of our main viewers, Gary Slegg, was very happy with his draw. Any comments on these openings, guys?
I bet Tim was happy to get this on the other side.
Yeah, let me just move it over for you so you can see the whole thing.
I played that with black. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that many of you would be quite happy with this, wouldn't you? This is what you were seeing. I don't know where theory ends here. So Gary's white here. Gary Slegg's white against Tim Kett black. Bit of analysis. Bishop f5. Queen e2. Apparently it's equals. Knight takes pawn takes. Queen d7. It's got a little note here actually. What do you think of this rook b1 move? Probing for a weakness.
don't know. The knight kind of wants to go and sit on e6, I'd imagine, so it can go via d8, so protects it. I'd be sort of thinking of that first, maybe.
I guess you can also go knight a5 maybe, and protect the pawn, and then go to c4, something like that.
I would be thinking knight d8 to play c6, so the queen protects the pawn, and then put the knight on e6 then after. Because there's no f pawn to hit that knight, so...
I guess you will have to deal with that bishop on f5, right? So you will have to take on d3 eventually, or put the bishop on g4.
Yeah,
like that.
Just take on d3 probably. Yeah.
Well, I think as well in the notes here, there's just a bit of a missed opportunity here with rook b1. You guys were looking at it from Black's point of view, but apparently just taking the bishop here.
Queen b5, yeah. No?
No, it was not h4, but queen b5 is...
Oh no, c2's on pre, isn't it? Yeah.
So it's actually knight h4. And I guess the idea is just to stick the knight on f5 after the queen moves. Quite a simple idea. But it's difficult to see these things sometimes when you're... especially when your opponent is higher rated and has just played knight c6 as if you've got no threat.
It feels like this should be something for white though, right? Because that knight's terrible and... I don't know. It doesn't feel good for black.
Okay, rook ab8 was played. Bishop g5 takes. Black queen comes out. There's a reason why I don't play these systems. It feels really awkward for me.
It's too tidy for you, isn't it? You need some sort of more mess.
Yeah. I think I'm in Jose's camp in a way. I need a bit of a mess to that's all we play. I can play these things. So this is where the reason why we loaded up this game is because when we looked at the game on the broadcast, it actually had white playing rook c1 here, which clearly white did not play. Rook c or rook a1 did not play that move, so it was clearly incorrect. So actually the game actually ended like this: rook takes queen, f6, takes. I'm sure Gary was pretty happy to swap off the pieces against his FIDE master opponent. Although to be fair, Gary, g3. I like that move, guys. I don't know about you.
Yeah, when a knight's on that square, it's sort of terrible when that pawn comes. It happens in 960 all the time, chess 960. But when you've got a knight on like starting square a1, and then you go to b3 or something, and someone plays b6, and it's just terrible.
Okay, so basically after rook b1 here, a draw was offered and accepted, and I guess Tim needed the draw to be champion. He was already a point ahead at that point, so he's relatively happy with it. But they've not exactly played a 5 or 10 move draw, have they? They've played a decent game now where somebody could easily have made a catastrophic error and lost. So it actually counts as a proper draw. So yeah, well played. Gary was outrated by 300, nearly 500 points against him from the ratings that he's got on the saves here. So yeah, well done Gary for that result. Let's have a look at this. Is loaded up now. Doesn't look like it is. So I'll close that down. I'm trying to remember who the champions were for the 65 plus. I'm pretty sure it was Lee Davis, Rudy Van Kemenard, and I think it was Roy Thomas as well. But please double check that. It is on the Welsh Chess Chat article 3, which is on the Facebook page as well. Okay, so what's upcoming? Of course, we're here to talk about the Olympiad. Starts 10th to the 23rd is what they've got down there. Is it 10th to the 23rd?
I thought it was the 11th.
Yeah, okay. Round 1's on the 11th, on the Wednesday. And then the last round is on the 22nd. So from a chess perspective, you're looking at 11th to the 22nd. Of course.
It used to be a lot longer, the Olympiads. Yeah, they were. It was Dresden really long, because I remember Calvia was like 3 weeks. It was really long.
No.
2 or 3 rest days. It was like...
Really? How many games there were? How many rounds?
I think there were 13, 14 rounds or something, maybe. I don't know. Like, it was a long tournament. Yeah.
In fact,
it's hard for someone who was working to take that much time out, isn't it? So for for the non-professionals must be really difficult.
Jose, Dan, do you know how long the Olympiads were, like, going back 50 years?
Oh, they're like 2 months or something, weren't they?
Yeah. Whole year.
They're just getting shorter and shorter until there'll be like 9 rounds or something.
Yeah, it's amazing how things have changed, though, right? Because how on earth could you possibly take 2 months off work to play in the Chess Olympiad? They had group stages that you then qualified for to go forwards. And I think, what was it? Who was telling the story? And I don't know if it was. Obviously, it's in John Cooper's part of the team, Howard Williams part of the team at that point, and many other famous names. I think Wales qualified for the top group, didn't we? And everybody was cheering. I can't remember what year that was. We'll have to look at that and get some details, because they did fantastically well. 2 months to play in the chess tournament. What has gone on? How have things changed so much? And
it'd be great to get away, but I think 2 months is a touch too much. Like, if I was somewhere for 2 months, like, if that tournament's not going well, it's not going to be good, is it?
But it brings you back, though, to the times, though, when this was a time when, like, you hear people like Nigel Davis, Keith Arkle, and Mark Hebden talking about the time when they used to make a living going around winning weekender tournaments, because it was like £500, £600 first prize, and they'd win it relatively comfortably because they were clearly the best. There wasn't the sharing of knowledge that there is now. And back then, in okay, maybe not 50 years ago, but not too far off. It was almost like completely changed the landscape of how a chess professional can earn a living compared to what we do now, which is basically have a regular job alongside it, which is quite crazy. Okay, well, what's coming up apart from the Olympiads? We have the September the 14th to the 15th. We have the Autumn Congress. Let me just move that over. I've moved it over again, haven't I? Where's it gone? There we go. So you can see that. So that's coming up. Obviously, the entry form is here. Obviously, none of us could enter. Or Johan, you could enter, but you've just started a new job, so I doubt it. And it's how much is it to enter this one? £30 before the 1st of September, so £40 now, because it's after that. For the main one, there's an open and a major section, 5 rounds of classical chess. That means long play, with a game, 3 games on the Saturday, 2 games on the Sunday. Let's have a look at the entrance. Is it going to be well supported or not? What do we think? Is that well supported? That is not bad. That's just the open section. That is just the open section. Chris Bowman he was one of the winners of the Newport Congress. It was like joint, 7 of them won it joint. Trying to mop up in South Wales by the looks of things. Does anybody know if Chris moved down south to South Wales or something like that?
He just knows all the Olympiad lots out, so he's coming to take the prize money.
Well, I tell you what, 28 players in an open section for that Congress. I think that's a really good start. And great to see so many entrants in there. It's got some juniors down at the bottom as well. I know Brunwan just played in the Gilbert Cup. Ethan This Smith as 2, just won the major section at Newport. Did quite well. So good there. And then we also have the major section, which has actually got less entrants. So we've only got 18 entrants in the major section, which is almost feels like that's completely opposite to what you see in some of the English tournaments, where you actually have more in the lower rated section than you do in the higher rated section. Any ideas why that might be?
It's odd, isn't it?
It's under 1600. The major tournament, I suppose it is, right?
Well, let me just go back for a second. It is under.
It's normally under 1800, isn't it?
With a rating of 1600 or below.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of players got the rating bump from FIDE, right?
So the rating increase has pushed a lot of people above. So therefore, there's not many. But I mean, I guess if you're new to chess, then, or relatively new, you're a regular club player, then this section is the one to play in, because there's a wide rating range there for you to play, so you get some good games. Although you've got basically John Williams here. Look at this, he's sneaked in, hasn't he? Under 1600, 1595 he's at. His national rating 1773. He's in it for the money. Fair play. Andrei Zuralev, now he's a young junior, and so is Arush as well. They've just snuck in under 1600. Would you advise that, Johan, as a former chess coach, I should imagine? And we talked a lot about coaching juniors. Do you think that they should be sneaking into tournament sections, or should be playing in the next one up?
I think obviously he'll be in the next one up later, so it doesn't matter too much, I think. But it is a skill to put away lower rated players, and if you've got that skill, then it's no point just playing more of them. But if he hasn't got that skill, if he's not sure that he's going to beat every single one under 1600, then just get some more practice. It's not the end of the world, is it? You can learn stuff from every game, I'd imagine. But pick up a nice little bit of confidence and a check.
if you get the money. I remember one of my students earned like £600 for a first place once. I was like, what? I haven't earned that much for years. In fact, I don't think I've ever earned that much. What's going on? Dan, would you say the same as Johan?
I feel like a lot of juniors nowadays are trying to avoid playing low-rated players and other juniors just because of the rating, because I guess it is a little bit easier for them to gain the rating when they're playing against someone who is, over 60, 65 years old. So it depends. It depends, as Johan said, right? It depends on whether you're actually good in beating the low-rated players or whether it is something that you struggle with. So I think it can be actually really good for someone who just plays the strong tournaments, and tries to hold draws against high-rated opponents, to play tournaments like this, because I feel like a lot of juniors have problems with that, playing other juniors and playing a little bit underrated players, and they're trying to avoid those tournaments at any cost. So I would say at the end of the day, it depends on how you feel about the tournament and what you actually want to get from it.
That's some really good analysis there, actually, Dan, as well. Yeah, I like that. And Jose, how is your preparation for the Olympiad gone? Have you had a set week by week preparation that you've gone through, or dare I ask and put you on the spot?
Yeah, I wish I had more time, and I wanted really not to spend a lot of time on that. But it has been difficult. But now I'm taking a bit of time, and obviously doing the Olympiad is where I wanted to really focus on chess and so on. But it hasn't been really focus preparation or anything in particular. I wish I have liked to have a better preparation for the Olympiad, because it's the first time, and obviously I'm not super in shape, so it would have been great even or to play other tournaments as well. I think that's a good practice, not even that one, but it gives you a bit a good feeling, and so on. But let's see how it goes. But I don't think it has been probably the gold standard preparation, for people to.
Well, it's different though, isn't it? You played in the South Wales International that wasn't so long ago. I know, Daniel, you played that too. That must have been probably some of the best preparation for the event, because I wanted to play in that too, but it was just too much for me at the time. So that's good preparation. And when you've got a family, it's different though, isn't it? When you see all these other countries at their training camps playing matches where they don't release what happened in the games because that was their opening preparation and all that. It's put on by the federation, playing serious matches as a team, working with their coach and everything.
This is your preparation right now, right?
Yeah. Whereas our preparation, Dan, is the Welsh Chess Chat coming on and talking nonsense for an hour.
You run blitz games, no? That's our preparation.
Well, it's different though. Dan, have you had any luck with your preparation for this, or have things in life just been too fast?
Mainly openings, to be honest. I feel like when it comes to studying strategic principles and positional play and games, calculation, it's something that you have to train for years, So I think that it would actually be counterproductive if now I studied an entire book on calculation 3 weeks before the Olympiad. I think that that wouldn't work well. It's something that I did in the past, remember that back then I was homeschooled, and I was like, okay, I'm really gonna work hard on chess. I was like 16 years old, over 2300, so I was really ambitious. I worked on chess like 8 hours a day for like 2 months, and then I played a tournament and scored 1.5 out of 11.
I've been there.
It taught me that, like, you know, it's about what you do over years. You know, like you can obviously do some puzzles, so you can do some opening prep, which is going to help you like right before the tournament. But you know, like if it is about like now me trying to become a better player, like, you know, 2 weeks before the Olympiad, that wouldn't work. I think that would be actually the worst thing to do. So mainly openings, some tactics, and also some relaxation, which I think is also really important, you know, as you need to have the energy to play the games, you know, and ride your opponents. I feel like I struggle with like preparing for too long sometimes, you know, like I'm like, I don't know what to play, you know, it takes me too long to decide, you know, and then I realize what I want to prepare when I'm like, when I've been already preparing for 3 hours, you know, and I have like 20 minutes to decide and 20 minutes to go in lines. So I think that it's sometimes actually better to just take it easy and like, you know, just go over some lines. Half of the time you don't even know if your opponent is going to play the lines that you prepared for, right? So you need to have the energy.
It's one of those though that you almost like have to prepare it in case they do go down the same line, but you almost think that they should change, which is quite weird. Are you a big preparer, Jose, or not?
What do you mean? Sorry.
So when you know what opponent you've got, do you do like hours of preparation, like Dan was saying that he did?
Yeah. I guess when you know your opponent and so on, no. I mean, it's good to see what they play, no, and then basically, check if they repeat the opening lines, no, or if they change quite a lot, no. But I mean, there are some opponents that I mean are kind of easy to prepare for, no. So I mean, sometimes it's kind of an easy way not to get an advantage, no. But I mean, all the players obviously are more unpredictable, so no matter what you prepare, they're going to change.
Well, I'm just wondering what it's going to be like in the morning though, because we're going to have some of us, we're going to know our opponents. And Dan's going to be buried in his computer preparing for his opponent for 3, 4, 5 hours. We're not going to be able to prize him out of his room. You know, who else is? You know, I can imagine. I don't know how much prep Greg does. I think he maybe does an hour or two, but he's not been a huge prepper compared to that. Are you a huge prepper, Jose, or are you like just cut it short and relax, as Dan was suggesting?
Yeah, I guess it depends. I mean, there are some days that I take quite a bit of time, but I prefer to also have a bit more time for relax as well. I mean, especially if it's in the afternoon, take a small nap. I mean, so in Spanish, I usually I mean, that's
yes. Jose, we can take naps together. I like to take a nap too.
Well, I'd rather take it in my own bed, but I mean.
I wasn't suggesting we take it in the same room. I mean, if we're not sharing, that was not the idea.
Don't let him in, Jose. You'll find yourself one of the spoons. Like, definitely.
We should prepare. Take an early lunch, no, and then a nap.
I like that, Jose. I like that. We could give right. We'll be around like the table where everybody's like discussing their prep and stuff, and then we'll just look at each other. We'll give each other a little nod. And then we'll both just toddle on up the stairs together, and then obviously separate out into each room, and then have a little nap, put an alarm on, and wake up with an hour to go, a bit refreshed, and then we'll make our way down. I quite like that. Yeah, we could have like a little nap time or something like that. That sounds quite good.
For me, that makes a real difference. Definitely. I mean, taking a nap before the game.
Like a 2-year-old again. Nap time.
Yeah, that's quite good. All right, guys. Well, if there's any questions in the chat for any of our heroes or the Welsh chess players, then by all means, please ask them. But I'm going to pretty much wrap it up now for 2 reasons. One, we've been on for nearly an hour, which is great, and I hope the technical issues have sorted themselves out. I think somebody mentioned my voice was coming through twice before. I hope that hasn't happened. But also, my phone's down to 13% battery, so it's about to crash. But just before we go, the Welsh Chess Union membership fees are just up again. So most people are on an August to August or a September to September kind of thing. So I think it's £20 for adults again, and £10 for if you're a new member, so it's half price. Juniors are £10 as well, or half price at £5 too. So make sure you get that in and pay that. I'm sure Jason Garcia, the finance and membership secretary is sending an email out about that. And they've also put a little note on here as well if any of the seniors, I think, are looking for an expression of interest. And that's actually finalised in 2 days' time. If anybody wants to go to the World Senior Championships in Portugal, then please make contact with them. But apart from that, thank you, Jose, Daniel, and Johan for joining us this week. And I look forward to seeing you all next week as well. With obviously a lot more content for you, so make sure you stay tuned in with the channel. And I'll see everybody next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye, and see you next week.
And good luck, guys.
Thanks.